Hello, Scorpio and Scorpio Rising, and welcome to your June 2016 extended monthly forecast. I hope everybody is doing well and that you survived the retrograde. It feels really good to be heading in towards solstice energy. I think that's going to be better for everybody. Your channeled message this month was reveal, and it was partly inspired by how hard it was for me to find the deck that I had planned to use. And in fact, it was right in front of me. I was looking through a bunch of decks, and sometimes I store them in clear containers when I'm doing a lot of readings, and I just went past it 3 or 4 times, and then I was like, oh, there it is, and realized that actually was the message I needed to give you, which is what you're looking for this month is kind of like right in front of your face, that you don't need to overthink things either. So part of what you might need to do is to clear clutter, to look a little bit deeper than the surface, and then also realize you may have thought you've seen something like 100 times and understood it, but if you get a second chance to go back and look a little closer, you may be surprised at what you find. So first impressions could be very misleading this month. I want you to allow yourself to kind of peel back the first layer and you'd be surprised, okay? The theme this month is to continue to let go of anything that didn't get released last month when you were in retrograde. I feel like, again, with that great energy download that's coming for all of us on the 20th, that this is the perfect month for you to do that. So let me go ahead and begin pulling the cards to see what we have, and I haven't forgotten, I'll grab a catalyst card here in a moment. I do love this deck. I'm glad I found it. Again, that's very strange when something you're looking for is right in front of you. But obviously that was a message that needed to come through for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at your catalyst card this month. And for those of you that follow me from month to month, you know that this is basically how you can ignite that key word that I gave you at the beginning. So if it's all about revealing or showing true colors, then what this card is going to do is help you find that true color. So we have reduction, I believe. And so what the message is here is take away noise. Take away any unnecessary distractions that might be coming your way this month, and just sort of allow yourself to focus on the quality rather than the quantity of things. And there's a sense of surrender that's coming through as well. I'm jumping straight to your final card here, and it's the Three of Stones, the Three of Pentacles. It's a beautiful card in regards to growth. But it's a card, you see, she's actually like rooted into place almost. It's like the Green Woman here. And a lot of times the Three of Pentacles, it's a card where you'll see someone writing or being recognized for the work that they're doing. For this one, it's tuning in to higher instincts, higher emotions, and kind of pulling in the wisdom and the knowledge that you already have and integrating it. This isn't necessarily about having to go out and seek new knowledge. It's about the integration of existing knowledge. And as your outcome card, this is fantastic, I have to say. Probably one of the best for all the signs this month. This is showing a month of prosperity, okay? Now we'll get into the regular order. I just jumped straight to that. Actually, the second one that I looked at, partly because this deck switches everything around so much, just in case you guys ask, it's the Wildwood Tarot. I think it's out of print. I'll put a link, though, in the info section in case you are interested in it. But anyway, the mirror looks like the moon, but it's actually the Hanged Man in this deck. And really what I'm getting when I look at this card is that for you, this is about letting opportunities come to you. It's a little bit of passive energy that's coming through for you this month. So, normally I would say go after it, but what I want you to do is pay attention to where the universe is sort of pointing you and what it is that you really need to be doing. And I believe that it's going to come into focus if you allow it to come into focus for you. Let's take a look now at everything here. Your center card, Nine of Bows, or Nine of Wands, basically. And this is about being nearly ready. When I read for someone and they're looking at a job and they're like, am I qualified for it? And this card comes up, it's a clear indicator to me that they've done the work. So in regards to this month and this point in your life, it feels like you've absolutely put in the time, you've paid your dues, and you should be really happy about what you've achieved so far. Up to this month and everything before, you've done a great job. When I look here, however, at the Page of Arrows, and this is Page of Swords, since arrows are action in this deck, what it tells me is an announcement is coming to you about a new opportunity. This is why you need to be more passive and listen or pay attention, because just like this small little bird here, this little sparrow, a wren, I guess, the message could get lost in the clutter, just like I couldn't find the deck even though it was sitting right in front of me. I want you to pay attention to the details and the little messages that are coming across. You may have a really big opportunity on your hands and you may not know about it. Also, Page of Arrows being Page of Swords, Swords being an air sign, so possibly a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius coming into your life with the news, or perhaps love as well, because this is right at the center. And you have the Two of Cups here in the deep past. So I feel like many of you have been yearning for that kind of a relationship, and it may be coming to you now. That patience is paid off. And this is a deeper love too. When I look at this sort of sacred heart between the two of them, beautiful illustration, by the way. It's showing me a union of mind, body, and spirit. And I feel like many of you have been waiting for that. Remember, what's important here is equal ground. Notice that both the man and the woman in this both have power, both have equally important roles in the relationship. So if that isn't happening, then it's not the right time. All right, Ten of Swords, but a beautiful Ten of Swords in your recent past. I feel like many of you, we talked a little bit about the Ten of Wands here at the center. Sorry, Nine of Wands. The Ten of Swords is saying you've been through the ringer, you've been through some difficult times. But unlike the typical Ten of Swords, which shows somebody on the floor kind of in a pool of blood, this is showing you learning and then figuring out, this is what's next. I'm done with that now, and now I'm ready for the next step. This is a great month to talk to mentors to help avoid maybe one of these situations. They can help you focus your energy. So really good time to work with a mentor this month. Six of Swords, it's a month of travel as well. You may need some distance between you and your loved one, and if that's the case, it feels like it's not the end of the world right now. This is something that may help you sort things out. However, I will say this. When we look in the periphery, we have a beautifully illustrated death card here, which says the journey. So I feel like some of you are toying around with more than just a trip, more than just a separation. There could be a breakup for some of you this month. What I like, however, is what's coming around the corner is even stronger than the message that I saw at the beginning. So we go from like this little tiny idea to something that's bold. So it may take leaving for you to find your true voice. A knight is much stronger than a page, and this bird is much larger, and their ability to sing and spread the word is much larger. So if you are feeling stifled by your partner, if it's not equal, then it's time to move on, and it's time to basically fly and spread your wings. For those of you that, again, are calling in the mate, I see the mate coming. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little bit either more experienced than you, a little bit older than you, because I see a little bit of inequity when it comes to that maturity and age. But as long as you feel even-footed everywhere else, I would say go for it. And we're getting two arrows, which is double air energy coming through. So again, it feels very much like a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, and it could also be someone with darker hair or darker eyes. It can also be someone really well versed in communication, either written or oral. All of these attributes go with this suit of swords here. The end of the month, though, is really the purpose here, and this goes along nicely with reveal, because I feel many of you have been drinking in, thinking about, ruminating on something really big, and it's, you're going to be ready to reveal this later. Feels like in a few months, and so that's a fabulous place to be. I see really great success coming of whatever you've been working hard to accomplish, okay? Also, if you've just been hoping to receive more, I see you being in a place of gratitude and ability to receive. So it's a really good month for you overall. Just remember your catalyst is to reduce. So if there is anything that is in the way, let it go, release it, take it away, give it away, whatever is needed for that. Now let's expand your forecast and see what's coming through in the area of health. Let me shuffle this a little bit better. We'll take off the bottom. And it is about taking care of yourself. So as much as you might want to sort of just go out there and prove yourself or help somebody else with something else, this is a month where you need to focus on sleep and hydration. That's really what's coming through for this, okay? Now let's take a look at wealth, which includes opportunities. And especially with that word reveal coming through, we're going to take off the bottom as well on this. Okay, so this is a good month for some of you to work on certifications, work on training or going back to school. And for those of you that are just out of school, this may mean summer school. And so it's a great time to expand your educational horizons. It's going to lead to more opportunities, so I fully support that. Now let's take a look at love and relationships. And I am seeing that many of you are going to be ready to move on from a relationship. We see the Six of Swords, which is a clear sign of moving on. And then we see a death card that's actually titled Journey. And so it's clear that some of you may have to do the moving out. So this is a month where if it is something that you need to leave, the point where it's going to take a little bit more strength and a little bit more courage is that it may be all up to you to do it. You might have to either initiate the breakup or pack your things and leave. Finally, let's take a look and see what your destiny information is. What is the point of all of this? How are you getting closer to that beautiful Three of Pentacles card at the end of the spread? What's this? Okay, so I do feel like the destiny for many of you is to go out on your own. Because after the storm shows that after this, and I never really noticed, this sort of makes like almost a star-shaped design. But after you've been through whatever difficulty you've experienced, you're now going to be ready, willing, and able to move on. And this almost looks like what I would associate with Metatron's cube. And so I would really call in Archangel Metatron to assist with cleansing of your aura. And you can imagine this sort of shape that you see here. And I have a crystal over here that's shaped the same way, but you don't really need a crystal. You can just focus on the three-dimensional. It's like a Star of David, but in 3 dimensions. So if you do a search online for Metatron Cube, you can see that. And I think it starts with Tetra something or whatever. But anyway, not important. Just focus on having that cube-like energy or that multi-dimensional star come through your body and view it as a sieve that is going to, just like if you take pasta and you're trying to get all of the water out, the sieve will hold the pasta. What this will do is you could actually pull that 3-dimensional object through your body, and it will pull out any of the garbage and keep it, leaving you clarified, bright, white, and light. So that's what you can sort of work on in your meditation with that archangel. You don't even need to understand how it works. Just ask for help, believe it will work, and see your energy clarifying. Okay? Let's quickly wrap up and summarize everything. Again, the theme for this month is letting go. Your channeled information is to reveal, to look beyond the surface. After looking at all of these cards, the theme for many of you is to step away from maybe a long-term relationship that hasn't worked out. For some of you, the reverse is true and you're calling in the partner. So whatever it is, I see a change in relationship status for many, not everybody, but for many people this month. And for those of you that decide to go through that change, I see a strengthening of voice and ability to communicate. In the interim, some of you may not be ready because this is the Hanged Man, and it means that you may need to wait a month's time. It's very much a lunar card, even though it's not the moon. So you have to follow your intuition and decide what's best for you. I see at least 1 to 2 moons here that is showing me at least a couple months for some of you, up to 3. So if you need to make that shift in 3 moons time and 3 months time, then that's fine. They're all full moons, so it's 3 full moon cycles. I didn't talk much about the 8 of Bows, the 8 of Wands. It's a pretty good card. This is showing me that the one area that you might be underutilizing because it was reversed is community this month. So make sure that you do weigh in, ask your friends, what do you think about this? There may be some advice and some support that you did not know about. Focus on taking care of yourself, on really staying hydrated and sleeping well if you can. Great month for certification, for school, for good summer class if that's something you're interested in. And absolutely, if you need to let go of a difficult relationship or job situation, this is okay. You're supported this month. I see so much more freedom afterwards, so please go for it. Remember, reduction. So taking away that which no longer serves you and adding things that really do open up your heart, open up your mind. So that concludes our monthly. I hope it was helpful. It's always enlightening for me, and I really do look forward to seeing what comes through for each sign. If you'd like to stay in touch and know whenever I post these videos, the easiest way is to click subscribe here. But I also have a newsletter that I send out at the first of every month, so you'll find out the minute I post them, you'll get a note in your inbox, so that's the most effective way. I'm pretty active on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well, so feel free to like me there. If this was helpful, I have a donation button that you can use as well as scheduling an appointment. So every bit of support helps, and I appreciate that. In the meantime, thank you so much for allowing me to spend some time with you and for trusting me to give you the information that you need this month. I really do appreciate that, and I hope that this was of help to you. Keep up the likes, the subscribes, and all of the comments. It really does inspire me. Take care of yourself, and remember that you have the power to reveal whatever you want. And then I really see that it's going to be a beautiful month after you get through some of the trickiness around the middle point. Okay? Much love. Sat Nam. Namaste. Take care of yourselves.